So, never done this before. You know, I'm going to peel back the curtain on the WIP Afternoon Show. We talk earlier in the day about what the show is going to be like, and then we sit down at 1 o'clock and we actually come up with what we're going to do and where we're going to do it and what the big topic of the day is going to be. And we sat in there and we all decided we're going to talk about Howie Roseman, but we were pivoting here without Jack knowing, is that Ike and I had a bit of a discussion in that we like to think of ourselves as a family here. Mm-hmm. The WIP Afternoon Show. You listening, you are part of this family. And Jack, you're going to have to pay attention. I know you don't always pay attention for the first 5 minutes.
What are we doing?
So, this is an intervention.
No.
This is an intervention for Jack in that you can tell when Jack's not feeling good, right? Especially, Ike, when he's not feeling good about the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yes.
And one of the key things you can tell with Jack when Jack's not feeling good is that he won't text you back. He won't text back in the show group chat. He won't text back individually. If Jack isn't texting back, there's something wrong because he's always staring at his phone. Mm-hmm. And Jack wasn't texting back last night as the Mets were mounting their comeback against the Milwaukee Brewers.
Maybe I wanted to be with my family.
And that's not what it was, because I voice texted Jack on my way back as the Mets took the lead. And I said, I'm scared of the Mets. And all I got back was, yes. And then last night, Jack wasn't texting back at all. And then this morning was the true, real sign that there's something wrong in there. And we need him. This is the thing, is, it's okay for Jack to be nervous, but we need him as Mr. Phillies guy to be all in on this.
Right.
And Jack texted me this morning, I think I'm going to bet $300 on the Mets to win the series.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
He is truly, and am I misreading this?
So, I don't appreciate needing an intervention.
You do need an intervention.
I don't think I need an intervention.
You're terrified.
I am terrified.
Do you think the Phillies are going to lose to the Mets if they play them?
I think there's a chance they're going to lose to the Mets if they play them.
A significant chance.
Yes.
If
this has been the longest week of my life.
This is what we have.
All I think about is the Mets. I think about the Mets more than I think about the Phillies right now.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing.
I need you,
Well,
buddy.
here's why I'm irritated by this.
Yeah.
And I sort of knew this is where he was at because we obviously work together every day, and then he and I, we're bonded by FanDuel, so we're in constant communication.
In
constant communication with each other. But just like you, there wasn't a lot of feedback and back and forth yesterday with him as the Major League playoffs were going on.
Because he wanted the Brewers to win.
Yes, because he wanted the Brewers to win.
Yeah, he's scared of the Mets.
So I'm in my own situation with my followers / our listening audience, who I believe they're taking cues from you and your
fear?
Fear of playing the New York Mets, that somehow everybody's scared of the Mets now. Nobody wants to play the Mets.
No.
Everybody's scared of the Mets. First of all, pucker up, Buttercup.
I don't want to.
You feel me? Get it together in there.
I can't.
Get it together in there, because we got a big series coming up this weekend. As a matter of fact, whomever it is, and I do believe it's going to be the Mets. I want it to be the Mets. I don't really care. I'm not afraid of the Mets. We played the Brewers. Great. We get the whole Reese Hoskins coming back and yada, yada, yada. And then all you guys can have false security of thinking that we're going to waltz through the Brewers and we'll lose to them in 4 games because everybody wants to play them. No, I embrace the challenge. The Mets are the team that seemingly is hot right now. And when everybody is pulling one way that they don't want to face the big bully or the team that you think is the hot team right now, I naturally gravitate wanting to face those guys. I do. I think it would be a better series, a more interesting series for us, Philadelphia versus New York. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, the Mets aren't any good and the Phillies are going to roll through the Mets. I'm not going to tell you that. Mets are a very good baseball team. Best team in baseball the second half of the season.
Yep.
The record, the proof is in the record. I get that. My only thing is, and this is what irritates me, are you really that afraid of the Mets Or is it really your lack of confidence in the Phillies? Because that's what I believe it is. I'm calling you on the carpet. I'm calling everyone out there that's afraid, air quotes, to face the Mets. It's not about the Mets. The Mets aren't the 1927 Yankees or something where they got, where they're just some team you can't imagine beating.
They're hot.
Yeah, yes, they are hot.
Yeah.
They are hot.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah, I know you are.
Okay.
I know you are. My only point is that you're not afraid because that's how great the Mets are. It's the lack of confidence in the Phillies, and that's what I'm calling to the carpet. So we can hide behind, I'm afraid of the Mets. I'm afraid of the Mets. I don't want to face the hot Mets. No, what it is when you think you're getting an easier path by taking on the Brewers. Meanwhile, if the Brewers beat the greatest baseball team ever in the Mets, why wouldn't they be able to beat the Phillies?
I could take a loss to the Brewers.
Oh, you can take a loss.
I could take a loss to the Brewers. I can't take a loss to the Mets.
I got news for you. They losing this round, you ain't going to be able to take it at all, and neither will anybody else, because it ain't going to be acceptable.
I agree.
It's not going to be acceptable. And as a matter of fact, losing to the Brewers may be more unacceptable.
Well, I just don't know anybody in Milwaukee, so
Well, no, now forget about Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'm talking about being a Phillies
Yeah.
fan and how disappointing of an ending of a season this will have been. A wasted opportunity to go win the World Series. This is a World Series or bust situation here with the Phillies. This isn't some soft landing. Oh, great job, guys. You guys won the division. Awesome. Awesome. It's okay. No, it's not okay. So whomever they face, they need to be able to take care of business and get to the next round. The Mets, the Brewers, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. You're not going to sit here and pump me full of air about how great the Mets are and why I should be afraid of them. No, I'm trying to tell you why you should be confident in your home team. In your home team. That's what the issue is here. You don't have the confidence in the Phillies.
See, I appreciate your enthusiasm.
That's not enthusiasm.
But, well,
It's something.
it's on the side of enthusiasm. So
Now I know it was like in the 1998 the Denver
I
locker
know
room.
like in that locker room.
Yeah.
We were down by 40 at halftime.
but you are generally enthusiastic.
Yes.
When Jack, and here's, so what we're going to do today is I need you who are listening to be part of this to build Jack back up and build up his confidence so he is not scared of the Mets. 215-592-9494. But let me say this. Just the reason I need Jack is because though your confidence or your I don't want to use the same word is helpful when the baseball guy on the show is scared to death. It heightens my fear. I was already a little bit worried about the Mets. What I told Jack about before this series was they're either going to lose, the Mets are either going to lose in 2 games to the Brewers or they're going to win the whole thing. I don't want to play the Mets. So when Jack is like that too, it makes it worse for me. And you being like that makes it not only worse for me, I think it makes it worse for our listeners who want their Phillies guy to lead them into the fire. Meanwhile, you're running the other way and the fire's right in front of us.
So I understand now closer as to why you felt like you had to call the intervention.
Yeah.
Because I do agree with you. Like, I don't want to be like this. I would love to be gung-ho. They're going to get in. They're going to go on a run. But they have the look. And I don't want to be the team that has to play the team that has the look. And I felt it when Lindor hit the home run on Monday. I felt it when they came back yesterday. I remember 2022 Phillies, last year's Diamondbacks, 21 Braves, 19 Nationals, 11 Cardinals, 10 Giants. Like, I've lived this. I've seen it. And, like, I don't want to be the team that gets clipped by a hot team at the wrong time.
Then why don't you demand our team to step up and play?
I hope they do.
You hope they do? I said demanded of them.
Okay, I demanded
of them.
I wish I was more confident in the Phillies than I really am confident in the Phillies. Like there's a mixture of both. Like I've seen the offense be for about 2 months now. Okay, like they went into cruise control, and I hope they can pull themselves out of it. But you get the hot Mets coming here and playing this team. Like I can't live in a world where that stupid fan base comes down here and takes over part of the ballpark, which I know is probably going to happen because people are going to sell tickets for a lot of money. Like, I don't want to live in a world where the Mets beat us. I don't want to live in that world.
Well, I'm going to tell you a world I don't want to live in. Well, I'm afraid of any team from New York. The stinking Knicks, the stinking Giants, the Jets, if you want to call them a team from New York.
The Rangers.
And the stupid Mets.
And the Rangers.
What sport do they play?
Hockey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Rangers. And the Islanders, too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's Long Island. It's,
okay.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
New York.
The point is, I don't want to live in a world where I'm afraid of a New York team. We already have to deal with the whole inferiority complex, the Big Apple, the big city, and we're just little old Philly. They already look down on us. Now we may have to go into a fight, and we're afraid to fight. We're afraid to go in there. Oh, I don't want to fight you guys. I don't want to take on the Mets. Let me bully on Milwaukee so I can feel better about myself.
Well, give me Milwaukee. I'm dying for Reese. Go off today.
Can I ask you this?
I want the run to the World Series. I don't feel it with the Mets coming in here.
You think they're going to lose to the Mets if they play them?
I think they're probably going to lose to the Mets.
Not happening.
Say it again.
No. I've been putting $250 on the Mets to win the series.
Not 300?
Well, Ike said that's too much.
Yeah.
So, Ike,
Yes.
before I go to calls, here's my question for you. So we're asking people to build up Jack's confidence against the Mets in our intervention, our Jack Phillies Mets intervention, 215-592-9494. If there are people who are nervous like we are, can they participate too? And you bully them into believing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not just the
here.
confident people.
I've been here. People know they listen to this show. If you come with that nonsense, that scared stuff, I'm giving it to you.
All right.
Giving it to you.
Right.
Yes, we're in game mode.
Because to be honest with you, I'm more on Jack's side than I am on your
No,
side.
but I expect that. You weigh 140 pounds too.
150.
Okay, 150. So I expect that. Expect that out of you.
All right. Here it is, the Jack Mets Phillies intervention show.